Good Sunday evening to you otherworldlies. Hello, this is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. How's everyone doing this evening? Everyone feeling great? Everyone feeling good? I'm going to talk about everybody's favorite subject tonight. Everyone knows what that is, right? It's sex, of course. Yes. But I have bad news for you guys. Guess what? Ladies, it should never be your goal. You're like, oh, bummer, right? Right? Well, it's already the guy's goal. So guess what, ladies? It should not be yours. It's already his goal. Right? It doesn't need to be yours. It's his. The good news is, right? Once you're in that relationship, you keep him on the edge of his freaking seat. Once you're in that relationship that you want to be in, once you're with somebody that you love, that you care about, that's the guy you want to be with. That's him. That's it. He's the one you love. That's the one you want to be with. He's it. You keep him on the edge of his freaking seat, where he has this look on his face all the time. Okay. All right. Put it on him and keep it on him. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's your goal, but it has to be him. He has to be the special one, all right? And you put it on him and you keep it on him. Okay? You just, always have those tricks up your sleeve. Put your moves on him. Always do your thing with him and everything. But just in general, okay? Just in general. You're doing your thing. Intelligent women. Sex, just in general. Intelligent women. You know what we're trying to be doing right now, right? Intelligent women. Sex is not the goal. Okay, we want to be loved, right? We want to be loved, but intelligent women. The goal is what? Your goat's materialistic. That's why everybody hates me, right? I'm materialistic. Getting our money. Our money. So we're doing what? We're going to school. We have a job, right? Or, we have a man who wants to take care of us. So we're doing something. We're getting the bag. So we're doing something to get the bag. We're going back to school. We have a job we really like. We have somebody who's helping us. We're doing something. We're doing something that we really enjoy. We're running a business from home. We're doing something. We're doing something that's really enriching our lives so we can get the bag, right? So we're really enjoying our lives and we're getting that money. We're bringing in, we're welcoming abundance into our lives. We're getting that money, right? So all we're doing is bettering ourselves, right? And we're finding ways to make active income, passive income. We're finding ways to bring that money in. All right, so sex is not, that's the last thing we're thinking about. I'm not saying it's not going to be a part of our lives, okay? Because we all like it, right? Most of us do, right? We like it. So there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad about it. Okay, we all want to be a part of it. But I'm going to let you guys know right now, successful women. It's the last thing on most of our minds. But it has its place. And I know what you're thinking, but what about Sex and the City? What about Samantha from Sex and the City? She's like this powerful woman and she was like a total nympho. Okay, that's entertainment. That's pretend. Okay, she's cool, right? She's like so awesome and cool. Okay, that's a pretend show. That's a cool show. Everyone on there was like sexually liberated and stuff like that. But what happens to people who go around hooking up? What really happens? It's for reals. What really happens? I'm going to tell you stories about what people say what really happens. This is what happens when you really hook up with people. Okay, you get too much to drink. This is what typically happens, okay? You can have too much to drink. You hook up with some guy, you sober up a little bit, and you're like, oh my God, you just want this guy to leave. Okay. And he's trying to stay and he's not trying to leave. And you're just like, I can't believe I did this. So he's trying to leave and he's trying to find excuses not to leave. And you're just like, I really just want this guy out of my house. Okay. And then everyone's going, but doesn't the woman just like immediately fall in love with this guy and want him to be the boyfriend and stuff? No, not necessarily. Sometimes women just want to hook up and they want the guy to just get out. He doesn't want to leave. Some women want to hit it and quit it, want the guy to get out, and they're full of regret, like, I can't believe I brought this guy home and I really shouldn't drink. A lot of modern women are like that because they're thinking, I just want to go to work. I just, I can't believe I let this guy in my house. I really should stop drinking. I've talked to a lot of women this has happened to. I feel embarrassed that I'm telling people stories here, okay? They just want this guy to go. But he's like, okay, ready? Here's my typical story. And the guy goes, I can cook. Okay, here's the guys who can cook again. They all think they can cook. So the guy wants to cook. Okay, he wants to cook. He's trying to cook her breakfast and everything like that, and she just wants this guy out of the house. And so you're coming up with these stories like, you know what, I really have to get up in the morning. I really want you to go. She just wants him out of the house, and so she's like, eating this breakfast, like, just get out, And meanwhile, he thinks because they had sex together that he's her new boyfriend. She keeps trying to get rid of him, and he's like, he really likes her. She just wanted to hook up. Okay. And women get beer goggles too. And maybe this guy maybe he liked her for a long time. And she just kind of was, alcohol made her kind of make a decision that she wouldn't ordinarily make. And maybe he liked her for a long time, and he's trying to cook, and he's just like not trying to leave, and and he has to go back to his gross apartment with all his roommates, and he just really wants to stay at this nice lady's house, and she just wants him to leave and everything like that, before her ex-husband brings the kids back. She just wants him to get the F out, you know what I mean? So she's like trying to just usher him out of the house before the ex-husband comes back with all the kids. This guy's really just trying to be her boyfriend, and she's just like, I can't really believe that I hooked up with this guy, and she's regretting that she slept with him. And he's just really liked her for a long time. Okay, so the hookup culture, that's the reality of the hookup culture. That's just like one story. But that's kind of a typical thing that happens with your modern woman. And I know you're thinking, but isn't that the thing the guy says, that he has to get up early and he's trying to chase the woman out? Isn't he trying to pump and dump and hit it and quit it? No. It's just not on the guy side. It's guys are clingy these days, and the women are finding these guys a liability, and the guys are they all think they can cook. And I know I make jokes about that in almost every single video, but I swear almost every guy I've met tries to tell me he can cook. And I'm not saying I go hooking up, because I'm not a hookup culture person, and I've heard these stories from so many people, and I just sit around going, oh gross, not another story like this. Yeah, they all say they can cook. I know every guy I meet tells me he could cook, and I'm sure he can. But thank God I actually have one who can. So, but yeah, I hear this nonsense from everybody just about, and they don't want to leave. Here's another reason you don't want to go seeking sex. A lot of guys, that's all they really have to bring to the relationship. You sleep with them right away. Pretty soon you find out that's all they really have. They have kind of a sketchy employment history. They lead with how good they are in bed, and they keep that up for a long time, because you find out they really have not so good personalities, and you find out they're not really that intelligent, and you try to take them around people, and everyone's just kind of like, oh, is she really seeing him? I mean, he must really lay the pipe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she must be kind of a boy toy. Yeah, he's kind of embarrassing. He's a little cute, you know, but she must kind of... Yeah, he must be kind of a stand-in or something, you know. So, pretty soon you're kind of trying to find a way to get rid of him. And all he really has is, going for him is, you know, that. Pretty soon you're actually trying to find something real. And I hate to say it, guys, that is not enough. I know sometimes with you guys, that is enough. But for us, that's embarrassing when you try to take a guy around people and he can't make conversation, and you're just kind of... You're trying to take a guy around and he just says stupid things to everybody. And he drinks too much and he makes stupid jokes, and everyone knows you're just kind of with him because, you know, he pipes you down. Sorry to be crude, but everyone just kind of knows why you're with him. And it's embarrassing. Everyone knows that that's kind of swaying your decision. I would be kind of embarrassed if I was with a guy and everybody knew that's why I was with him. I mean, I like to be with somebody for a lot of reasons. That's really not up there, you know what I mean? My partner and I have a lot of fun together that way, but there are so many other reasons I'm with him. You know, that would just be embarrassing. You know? So, and sometimes you just kind of want to get rid of a guy like that because he makes a nuisance of himself. And you kind of just want to ask him to just kind of get lost afterwards. And he's kind of sitting around and reading your newspapers and playing around, and you're just kind of like, so, you know, I have things to do. You're going to go home now? Because you run out of things to talk about. You know, you ask him, hey, can you clean this up for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? So, you know, I have people coming over later. So, I'll see you later. Okay, bye. You know, and you're trying to get him out the door. I kind of feel like you're trying to get rid of me. Yeah. You know, you just kind of want him to kind of kick rocks, you know? Like, because some guys that are really, 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 really good at that, they're not really good at much else. And sometimes, you know when you're really good in bed, you can kind of make everybody else be good in bed because you are. Now, some guys, I'm telling you, if they really suck in bed, there's nothing you can really do about that. That's another reason to actually wait. To really get to know somebody. Because if you wait to really get to know them, you're gonna figure out if they suck in bed or not. And if you really... But if you sleep with them right away and they suck in bed, you're going to have a hard time getting rid of them. And you don't want to say, I really can't be with you anymore because you suck in bed and there's nothing we can do about it. Because I've been in relationships like that where the guy sucks in bed and I know I can't do anything about it. because it's just something I can't do about it. And there's nothing I can say to make it better. There's nothing I can do to make it better. There's no instruction that I haven't tried to give him before, and there's nothing I can really do that I haven't tried to do before. And I don't want to say anything descriptive or weird or anything like that, or say stuff on my show that's gross, but you know what I'm saying. We're all adults here. You know, sometimes there's really just like nothing you can do. Okay, I think a neighbor's gonna walk by. Here we go. Okay, I don't want to say anything. I've got the door open. It was so hot today. Oh my gosh. So what you want to do is not be focused on that. You don't want to hook up with people. And you want to wait as long as you possibly can to do things like that. You want to be friends with people for a really, really, really long time before you wait and take an extra step like that. You don't... Personally, I think the hookup culture is gross. I think there's too many diseases out there. And you don't want to give people the impression that you hook up with people in the first place. Because, I mean, I don't believe in the hookup culture. I know that seems... I'm not from the generation that does the hookup culture. So, I mean, is Generation X part of the hookup culture? Because I grew up when HIV came out. So, I'm just, like, scared. They didn't have any of the drugs that slowed it down or made it undetectable or anything like that back in those days. If you got it, you got full-blown AIDS. And you were screwed, basically. So, I was terrified. So, I was like, no hookup culture. No. And I didn't want a bad reputation. And I was just scared. And first of all, I was married for a long time. And then I was widowed. And then after that, I was in long-term relationships after that. And now I'm in a relationship again. So I just really wanted to not be a part of any of that nonsense. It's just scary and gross. That's just me. I don't like... And I don't want people lingering at my house. I don't want, to hook up with somebody and them knowing where I live and not want to leave. Guys telling me they can cook and then me choking on some meal that's too salty. I just don't want any part of that. Because I know some of these guys, they... I've been in a long-term relationship where this wasn't the only reason I left the relationship. We were not sexually compatible, and there was nothing I can do about it, and I felt trapped in that relationship. And one of the major reasons I left is because it wasn't happening sexually. And that's really, really sad, because when I'm in a relationship, I really like to have the good sex. And I'm not going to stay in the relationship when I can't have the good sex. Because I'm in a relationship, I'm in it for good. So if someone doesn't want to have the good sex with me, it's not cool. Because I won't cheat on somebody. So this dude is just... and I wasn't going to end up cheating on this dude, and I wasn't going to end up, having him go on and cheat on me and disappoint everyone else, too, So, it's really not fair to anybody. And he was telling me his previous partners, cheated on him. I figured out why. And I would try to communicate with him, and it's one of those things where, when you communicate with somebody and they either just can't take direction, or can't teach an old dog new tricks, or I don't know what it is. They just can't comprehend what they're being told, or they just don't want to do it your way, or I don't know what it is. Some people just can't do whatever. So just get to the point where it's just easy stuff, and I don't know. To be honest, I'm really just not even that sexually demanding, so it was really bad that he just wouldn't even, couldn't even handle the basics. So yeah, it's really bad. Let's see. Do not seek sex. What you want is a quality relationship where you guys can work as a team. You want somebody who's going to help you be successful. You want somebody that you can make them successful. That you guys are on the same page. That's really what you want, is somebody whose goals match yours. You guys are aligned. And all the sex stuff, as long as you guys know how to communicate with each other, it's going to be on and popping. So you don't want, if you're a woman, you do not want to be like your primary goals to be sexually motivated. You do want to be realistic, though. If this guy, if you don't think you're going to be sexually compatible, don't be with him. But don't try to take him for a test drive right away. You wanna feel the situation out. If you think there's going to be some dysfunction, he's not going to be able to do stuff with you or anything like that, you got to be realistic about it. Any guy who starts bragging about how he does this, how he does that, blah 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 blah, he is lying. He's lying. Any guy who brags about stuff. I mean, that's just good common sense, though. You guys know that, right? I think that's funny when guys do that. I sit there and go, yeah, right. Any guy who brags about his size, I think that's funny. I ask any one of your friends, they'll tell you the same thing. It's so funny. That's just like a universal thing. That's just stupid, like immature stuff. What else can I tell you about that? Yeah, you don't want to be focused on that. You want to be realistic to where you're in that committed relationship, and you don't, like, once you're with that one person, though, you want to make sure it's interesting. Like, you're never having boring sex with that person. Like, you're constantly keeping it on and popping. You're constantly making sure you're keeping it interesting for that person, because you don't want them to regret that they're having sex with the same person all the time. Because it's the thing about men is they crave variety. So you want to make sure that you're throwing a surprise in every once in a while. You're surprising them with something they just were not expecting. You don't want to scare them or anything, but you want to just be like, have them go, whoa, I didn't know she had that trick up her sleeve. Whoa, I didn't know she was about that. Whoa. And the thing is, like, I'm a Gemini, so I'm going to come up with some, random thing every once in a while. I'm going to want to do something like, ooh, and have him be like, oh, I didn't know she was about that. Oh, okay. Because, I've been with partners that just disappointed the heck out of me, and I would never want to do that to somebody else. And I want to have fun and that sort of thing. So if I'm in a committed relationship with somebody who makes me happy, I'm going to want to make that man, pleased that he's making me happy, and I want to reward him with, like, a really good time. So, but I'm not one of those people that, why would I want to sexually invest in a bunch of hookups and stuff like that? That's so stupid. That's like wasting your, so like your sexual energy is money. That's like throwing your money out the window. women's sexuality is like, that's your goddess energy. You don't want to just waste it on anybody. You want to waste it on, waste it. You want to spin it on the man who really loves you, right? I'm not going to just give it to anybody. I'm going to give it to the man who's investing in me and who really loves me. I'm not just going to give it to all these people who don't even care about me. I'm not going to give it to these weirdos who don't want to, who are going to bug me all the time. I'm not going to just, I'm not going to attention seek with it. I'm going to share myself with somebody I care about. And I'm not going to just, waste all this time with randoms. So I just want everybody to know that intelligent women are after their paper first and foremost, after education, after spiritual enlightenment. Okay? You put things in order. All right? Certain things are important. And then it's about the sex. Believe me, sex is important. But you have to have your priorities in order. All right, otherworldlies. All right, this Dark Mass Diva loves you. Stay sexy. Stay healthy. Strong mind, strong body. Good night.